descend and maintain 2074.
Who am I?
Comet 504, descend and maintain 3000.
3000, Comet 504. Answer Comet 724 is our traffic about our...
In my 20s, I dream of flying a plane. Due to having glasses, I thought it's not possible. In mid-2016, I started to have foggy vision. After I checked out, the doctor said I have cataract in both my eyes. Wow! I really never expected this. I felt like taking a trip to the moon, jumping up and down. I'm filled with excitement. But the unexpected turns out into my reality. The cold, hard truth. I need to step into divorce. My mom said her final goodbye, and my family broke apart. I stepped into a solitude journey. This is the best journey I ever experienced. It was super challenging. My achievement, the award-winning author from housewife to pilot, the beginning.
Comet 504, descend and maintain 3000.
3000, Comet 504.
I'm Keiko. I'm here holding your hands, guiding you every steps to discover your potential, harness that energy, bring it to your reality, and make your dreams come true.
Comet 504, reduced speed of 170 for tower space. You get following a Boeing 727, 1 o'clock, 6 miles right base, descending on at 3500.
Welcome to Tuesday with Keiko. Today, my guest speaker is Rev Joanne Angel Barry-Colon. Joanna is the founder of Wholistic Fitness New York. With over 40 years of experience in health, fitness, nutrition, and wellness. Over the past 15 years, she has integrated a variety of healing modalities into her practice, creating a truly holistic approach to wellness. As a holistic integrative teacher, certified personal trainer, Reiki Masters, medical astrologer, and master numerologist, Joanna holds a Bachelor of Science in Health, Fitness, and Nutrition from Empire State University. Her diverse expertise empowers her to guide clients on a transformative journey of physical and spiritual well-being. Joanna is also the host of Joanna's Healing Within, a lively monthly program featured on Strong Island Television's The Show, which airs the first Monday of every month, is available across multiple platforms including Roku, iHeartRadio, Audible, and Spotify. In addition to her broadcast work, Joanna is a prolific author with 6 books to her name, numerous co-authored works, and contributions to publications such as Brains Magazine and the Author's Porch magazines. She currently writes for Your Success magazine and is the creator of the Chakra Balanced Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast Deck. Joanna's mission is to empower women over 40 to build strength, discipline, and confidence through strength training. Her approach is anything but conventional. It's revolutionary. With her guidance, over 20,000 women have gained the courage, confidence, and resilience to pursue their soul's true calling. Welcome, Joanna.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be here. And you did such a great job on my bio.
You're welcome. Joanna, share with the audience a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Similar to what's been said, I am the founder of Wholistic Fitness NY. I have been in the health, fitness, nutrition, and wellness industry for 40 plus years. Within the last 15 years, I have blended many healing modalities into my practice. Now, what does this actually mean for midlife women? This means you are getting a revolutionized approach to your health, fitness, wellness, and nutritional prescription plans, helping you to transform emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. As when I refer to the word holistic, as my company's name is, it's with a W. So the big approach is about the whole person, not just the body, but the whole person. I have transformed many women's lives, more than I can count, and continue to do so on this amazing journey.
Yeah, that's amazing. How you cope with the journey of transformation in your life, especially during the Corona period?
I love that question, and it's so appropriate for the energy we are in right now. And
Mm-hmm.
before I dive into that process of 2020, COVID,
Mm.
just talking a little bit about the energy that we're currently in with, as I speak on astrology, the planet Pluto. The planet Pluto is about transformations. It's about endings, meaning death, things dying off, and rebirths, new things coming in. For the last 16 years, Pluto has spent its time in Capricorn's energy. Capricorn, the zodiac sign, represents the work that we're here to do. It's also about our structure and our foundation. It's associated with politics and government. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn's energy. Saturn is the planet of structure, our foundation, and our karmic reset. So all that being said, during the pandemic back in 2020, Pluto was sitting in Capricorn's energy, helping many businesses like myself go through a transformation. Now remember, when I speak of Pluto's energy, Pluto is about deaths, things coming to an end, and a rebirth, something new coming in. So based on the question that's being asked here, is my transformation during the course of 2020, how I experienced 2020, what took place. Just like all small businesses and businesses on the whole, we were literally asked to shut our doors, which then of course put a damper on business, limiting the income and also limiting the amount of people one can see when their business stores are being closed. During that period of time, I then at that point had an opportunity to sort of transition my business just a little bit by going from an on-site program, meaning people would come see me physically in person, to a virtual business, where I was then starting at that point in time to seeing the clients that I was seeing face to face. I was introducing them to the possibility of working with me virtually speaking, just like we are here right now,
Yeah.
where I could actually work with clients. So it wasn't about not seeing clients anymore. It was seeing clients in a whole different format.
Yeah.
So during that 2020 pandemic where we were shut down and in the process of transitioning and transforming things in a different way, has led me into this new gateway of how I actually do business right now.
And also shift your perspective in seeing things. Am I right?
Yes, with all that was taking place in 2020, taking
Mm.
consideration that, again, back 15 years ago when I started blending many healing modalities into my practice, a big part of blending healing modalities into my practice opened up my intuition. My intuition was guiding me to understand that there was a huge transition taking place, not just for my business, for many businesses. And what we are literally seeing and witnessing as we speak on this date of 11/11, where we're literally going to see businesses run in a very different capacity. So changing my
Mm.
whole perspective on what I thought to be quote unquote a disaster, where
Yeah.
my business was being asked to close down the doors, in regards to it actually being an evolutionary blessing. And I will say that again, it was an evolutionary blessing where having the insight and the wisdom and the guidance of knowing that closing down the doors of the storefront and being able to continue business virtually expanded my business because it gave me the reach of working with women worldwide and not having a limited mindset to only work with my community that I was actually in at that point of time. So it definitely was a huge shift in my perspective to what was going on, what was actually going on, literally that I was seeing, and everything that was going on behind the scenes.
Yes, that's right. And during Corona period, many companies they face the challenge.
Yes, many companies face challenges, just like myself. Although
Yes.
again, as I've said, having the insight and the intuition, tapping into my intuition, and knowing that there was a reason for this experience that we all went through, and there's still a reason in regards to, again, as I speak on Pluto and Capricorn, and Pluto getting ready to transit into Aquarius energy. Aquarius is all about the collaboration. It's about community. It's
That's
about
right.
finding that tribe and making this connection. I think the big word that we really want to focus here on regarding what took place in 2020 and the transition is the revolutionizing approach to how at least my business is going about and how I'm expanding from that experience of the businesses closing down and having the opportunity and the guides and the wisdom of knowing that there's something bigger coming in for me.
I see. And how you step into a breakthrough?
The breakthrough, again, with the doors closing on 2020,
Yeah.
and then within 2 years, 2022, after all that had gone on, because I believe, I don't exactly know the date, I don't have the date in front of me, to when we had the permission to open our doors again to the public, there was still a stagnation in regards to people literally coming back in and physically doing the workouts. So as the doors opened, I continued to run my business virtually speaking. So September 22nd of 2022, I made one of the biggest decisions of my life, and that was to literally close down my 22-year storefront and take my business from the storefront to a virtual service. Now, when I speak virtual service, I'm speaking that 70% of my business is conducted virtually, and 30% of my business, I still see people hands-on where I go to them, they come to me. So the breakthrough of letting go of a 22-year storefront gave me the access to have what I like to call financial freedom, as I no longer had a tremendous overhead that I had to take care of every month. And now I can literally live in freedom and work joyfully in the purpose that I'm here to provide and offer, and really give my heart and soul to the work that I came here to do, and spend my time not just in serving my midlife women, but also being able to take time like I do today to sit here and share my wisdom through beautiful interviews such as this, and getting my word out there and sharing what it is that I do. So the massive breakthrough was really about the whole concept that the expression is, when one door closes, another door can really open in a whole different way.
Yeah, that is right. Yeah. And how you gain clarity of what you love doing?
Well, I've known since I'm 12 years old what it is that I was meant to do. 12 years old. Let me share a little story about that and how that came about. When I was 12 years old, I had my first opportunity to teach Back then, when I was 12, the classes were called gymnastics. Today, the classes are called toning classes or step up or anything of that nature. And in that very moment, being the youngest student in the class, I was 12, there was probably another 19 other women in the class who were much older than I. The owner of the facility asked me at 12 years old if I would be able to teach the class. And I knew right then and there that that's what my soul purpose was. Because I knew at that moment that I so enjoyed knowing that I was helping the women in that class transform their body. Even if it was one class that I taught, that opened the window, an opportunity for me to step into the health, fitness, and wellness industry from when it was time for me, when I was able to actually start working at the legal age of working, from the age of 12 to current date, I have been in the health, fitness, wellness, and nutrition industry, helping women, and my specialty is midlife women, helping them to transform. And just knowing and having that clarity of this is my purpose, this is what I was ordained to do, this is exactly where I need to be. Serving and supporting, holding space for all women in regards to their challenges that they may go through regarding weight, the struggles they may have in reference to quote unquote wanting to lose weight, constantly battling with different types of diets, being on these horrendous programs. And my whole approach is to, again, for midlife women, is to help them understand that what their weight is associated with is not relating to food as much as it is related to their story. And I help them to discover what that story is and how far back that story goes. And when they are ready to actually speak of that story, their trauma, I hold space for them. And the minute they share their story, literally, and I've witnessed this on many women, the minute they share that story is when they begin to release the weight that they've been carrying, whether it's emotional, whether it's mental, whether it's physical, or even spiritual. They begin to release it where they begin to feel lighter and lighter and lighter. And it has absolutely nothing to do with our eating habits. And it doesn't even really have anything to do with exercise, although one may sit back and say, but I'm an advocate of strength training. That is true. The strength training process of it all is so we can build a really strong foundation. Because again, women in midlife, if they are not strength training, they are not supporting their bones. And they are more at risk of injuries if they were to fall, if they are not supported with muscle. So as I like to refer to it as, muscle is medicine. And that's where the strength training progressive overload comes into play when I work with midlife women, to helping them to better understand how to transform their physical body along with releasing the weight that they do carry.
That is so important.
Yes, it's very important.
Yeah.
It's more important now than ever because, again, based on different beliefs and habits and philosophies that we've been programmed to believe, there's so many people out there going about wanting to lose the weight. And it becomes frustrating and they struggle because it's this constant roller coaster ride of losing the same, let's say 25, 30, or 50 pounds, where you lose it, you gain it, you lose it, you gain it.
Yeah.
So in theory, when we can approach that weight and recognize that that weight is very much associated with a emotion and a story at whatever age that story came about, and we work on releasing that story, that's where all the magic happens.
I see. And what is the takeaway for our viewers?
What is the takeaway from the work that I do?
For our audience.
The takeaway for today is recognizing that, such as going back to 2020 when we experienced the pandemic, the takeaway is recognizing that sometimes, yes, we will experience chaos, we will experience obstacles, We will experience what may look like as a setback. However, if you think of a bow and arrow, you got to pull it back in order to spring it forward. And that's the same concept, that when there is a setback, that setback is actually just giving you a time to pivot and see things in a different light. I always say to my clients, and I say to the audience here, is rather than focusing on looking at things from your two eyes that are on your face, take a moment and really take a step back and use your third eye energy to see things beyond what's in front of you. And what I'm calling to do, if it's okay by you, with my deck of cards,
Mm-hmm.
I would love to pull a card to see what the audience may need to hear today to really take away a healing for today.
Mm.
So I'm just shuffling the cards to ask, what does the audience need to know for today, based on their transitions that they're all going to experience? Because it's not a if we experience a transition, it's when we experience it. Because we all do. We're all going to
Yes,
experience some sort
especially
of
this
pivot.
period. Yes, this
Yes,
period, I guess there'll be a lot of people. They are going through transformation,
yes,
or
yes,
transition period.
yes.
I
And I'm
myself, I also going through a transition period.
yes, yes. And I'm
Yeah.
loving the card that showed up because it's so perfect to what I was speaking on.
Mm.
Now, the card says the word is marriage. So now let's talk about this word marriage in two parts. First part is the traditional marriage, who we are married to. So we might be married to a spouse,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're married to ourselves, and then of
Mm-hmm.
course we're married to our higher power. So we're going to put all that aside. The next part of marriage is the belief system. What we are married to based on our beliefs, our habits, our philosophies, and all of the energies and all the insight that we have picked up from our ancestors, from generations ago. This is a perfect time now more than ever to really evaluate what your beliefs are, what your principles are, what is true to be, what is true for you in this very moment. As we experience this Pluto transitioning out of Capricorn and then moving into Aquarius, the big question to ask yourself is, where is Capricorn on your astrology chart? What house does Capricorn sit in? Because as Pluto moves out of Capricorn, it's literally a huge move. Like you're moving your apartment, you're moving out of one apartment to another, or you're closing down your business so you can transition to another place. It's the same concept when it comes to that Pluto energy. This is a massive move. So again, really looking
Yes.
at what you are married to. Are you married to a specific contract regarding the business that you're in? Are you married to your business name? Are you married to the community you're in?
Mm.
And do they serve you? Now let's talk about the number 88. The number 8 is so perfect because when we think about the number 8, especially for 2024, if you take those numbers and you add them up, it adds up to an 8. The
Mm.
8 vibration is about bringing things into balance. It's about harmony. And it's also about our karmic reset. So we are all experiencing, every one of us, no one is exempt from this experience. Every one of us are experiencing a karmic reset. With Pluto moving out of Capricorn and Saturn getting ready to go direct, we are in a process of seeing structures and foundations changing. And through that process of that changing, we are undergoing changes as well. So we take the number 88 and we add it, which is 16, which then reduces to a 7. So we talk about the number 7. 7 is about your agreements. 7 is about the different contracts that every one of us sign with one another in our relationships, the contracts we sign with our business relationships, and the contracts we sign up that we've signed up prior to birth that we are here to live out. Then we talk about the color, purple. Purple is the crown energy. This
Yeah.
is about higher consciousness. This is about looking at our ego and then looking at the higher wisdom. This is about the energies between the 3 dimension, which is everything we can see, And the 5 dimension, that is everything we can see beyond the scenes. And when we can see beyond the scenes, we know that there is something so much bigger going on for every one of us. So in this process of whatever it is we are married to, this is our time now more than ever to review our belief system, to review our philosophies, review our abilities, and allow ourselves to really tap into our higher consciousness, our intuition, and knowing that we are being guided. We are being guided, we are supported in regards to where this energy is taking us. We will experience many, many, many small businesses and big businesses transitioning as, again, structures and foundations are going to change. And this is a time as Pluto makes its way out of Capricorn and moves into Aquarius. This is the time now. This is what's known as the age of Aquarius. Collaboration, connection, partnerships, doing this together. So the takeaway, and I know that was a long, long statement regarding the takeaway for today. The takeaway is recognizing that we are in a huge transformation. We are all moving. We are all moving. There's a moving house taking place. It's so important to ask yourself, when you're in the process of moving and you're packing things up in your box, do you really want to take everything with you? Or do you want to leave some things behind?
I can't take everything with me.
No, there's absolutely no reason to take everything with us. We can leave behind
Yes.
movies that no
And
longer serve where we're going. So
so
yes,
coming,
you're literally making a big, massive
yeah,
move,
it's a
packing
big
things up
move.
and
Yes,
ready to go. Yes.
that's right. In 2020, I stepped into a transformation journey. This year, I felt like I make one big round, I come back to the same point, and I felt like, it seems like I'm at the same place, and what happened within me is like travel a million miles already.
Many, I don't even think I can say the word enough times. Many people will definitely be experiencing. Many people. We are
Yes.
going to, once Saturn, the
Mm,
planet of structure and foundation and karmic reset, goes
mm,
forward, and that takes place on the 15th of November, the same day we
mm-hmm,
have the full moon in Taurus energy.
mm-hmm,
We are going to hear many people speaking about how they are literally getting ready to transition out of something. There's a
mm,
massive move that's going to take place because every person that has been, I'm gonna say it how I hear it. Every
mm.
person that has been living small,
Yes.
living in their safe space, living in their comfort zone,
Yeah.
working a 9 to 5 job just to support their material lifestyle,
Yeah.
are going to have the rug ripped from under them, because it's really time now more than ever for all of us,
Yeah.
like I have been for all of my life, to work in our purpose. That
True.
the jobs that will be available will have limited access because so many of us have a soul purpose. And it's time now that we all step into our soul's purpose and that we trust that our soul's purpose was created for us to live in prosperity, for us to live in abundance, for us to live in
Yes.
freedom, for us to live in joy. Because when we are living in purpose, it's a joyful place to be living at. Joyful.
Yes.
Big
I
word.
totally agree.
It's a joyful place to be. And when we're all living in joy, the pain and illness and disease that many are experiencing will eventually be weaned away, because when your body is in joy, there's
Yeah.
no place for pain, illness, and disease. And the
That's so true.
only time pain will show up is when your body's letting you know that there's something slightly out of alignment. And then once you bring yourself back into alignment, the pain goes away. So joy is the word to take away. This is a joyful time for us to move into and really move into our soul's purpose.
Thank you so much for sharing your insights with us today.
Thank
Before we
you.
wrap up, is there anything else you'd like to add or any message you want to leave our audience with?
Yes, the message I want to leave, which I'm being guided to share,
Uh-huh.
is remember you have a purpose. Remember you are the light. The light within you must begin to shine. My light, I shine out so you can see your light. Shine your light out so somebody else can see their light. If every one of us allows our light to be shined, to be seen, to be heard, wow, we will light up the city of joyful purposeness. And this is a time now more than ever. If not
Yeah.
now, when? If not now, when?
That's a great message. We appreciate your time and expertise. Where can our audience find you?
They can find me right on my email address. If they want to reach out to me, it's healingwithin76@gmail.com. You can also just go to Google, type in my business name, Holistic Fitness NY, and boop, 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 I will pop up everywhere.
Fantastic. Well, we'll be sure to include those links in the YouTube description box. And thank you once again for being with us today.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. And to our audience, thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed this interview, please subscribe and leave us a review or share it with others who might find it interesting. Until next time, goodbye.